the block and pursuing Jameis Winston, get him on the ground. But this Browns defensive line is just getting after Jameis Winston the entire night. And the secondary is doing a great job, too, forcing Jameis to hold the football.
You're right. Not a sack because he did get to past the line of scrimmage, in part because Smith knocked him past the line of scrimmage. 3rd down and 10 now for Winston. And again, this time, right up the middle, Olivier Vernon with another sack. So, Tim, 4 sacks and a number of hurries for this Browns defense. Again, just a sample of things to come for this Browns defense.
Well, it's unbelievable to watch these guys get after the quarterback. That time they do a little twist between.
Here we go, finally. Yeah, there's a little bit of a hubbub there. So, yeah, it was a little difficult to get this game going. I'm going to get rid of this sound.
Pressure on Jameis Winston once again.
To Ernest Johnson, now in as the Browns return man. Dontrell Hilliard handled the first couple of punts. A high wobbly kick gives Johnson a chance to return it.
Yeah, I hope so, Sweet Cat. That's the plan. We've done a lot of homework. A lot of homework. A lot of it depends on what kind of lines you get, too. I do like certain games more than others, so, you know, you gotta kind of, I don't know, pay attention for that. Wait 1 second. Yeah, you're on my bookie. They charge pretty big. If you're in the States, though, you kind of don't really have a choice. I don't like the vig that they charge, more or less. Like the pricing on that isn't as good as Pinnacle. There are promotions on a lot of those, though. Like the deposit bonuses. That's something I do with poker. You can like deposit. You can just deposit rate, like continually go from one to another. PokerStars is the worst for bonuses, though. So, yeah, the one-time bonus is good. They'll match up to 600 American. You guys can't even play on PokerStars. It's lame. America, it's tough. There's I don't know why I'm talking about poker, but yeah, deposit bonuses are a good way of going. I hope you maxed out your one on my bookie.
The Browns Give Back program highlights the team's commitment to education and youth football. 9 high-quality synthetic turf fields have been donated to local schools and community programs in Northeast Ohio in the past 4 years, with Boys Hope, Girls Hope, and Akron's Ellett High School the latest. Learn more at clevelandbrowns.com/brownsgiveback. Baker Mayfield staying in the game as the Browns lead the Bucks 6-0.
Having sound problems.
In the second quarter. Mayfield to throw, can't handle.
There
The
we
throw is Rashard Higgins. So now Baker 4 of 11, 29 yards passing.
As we get in trouble for that. There we go.
Special teams
all good.
Well, the defense lights out.
Can't show the game, unfortunately.
The Browns in preseason game number 3.
Well, all across the board, special teams, defense, offense have played extremely well. But guys, we got to talk Baker here for a second, because Bernie was doing like a demonstration.
There we go. Sorry, Big Rise away, so he just got me, and I'm at his setup, so it's a little bit. It's a work in progress. Cleveland's hit 2 field goals. I haven't got to see most of Baker Mayfield. Oh, jeez. I still haven't figured this out. Yeah, all of his settings. Sorry, guys. This is a technical lesson for myself. There we go. There we go. Got it all figured out, kind of. There we go. All right. Sound will be the next thing. Yeah, we didn't do that well last year, Sweet Cash. Still we're on the positive though.
They would have been facing a fourth down, and you just can't do this to a quarterback. You can't put two hands on him and shove him out of bounds after the ball's out of his hand.
You can't do that, and that was big for the Browns.
Carl Nassib hit Baker Mayfield without using his hands. That's an interesting. And then someone shoved him out of bounds. I don't know why that's a big problem. They're saying Sue, yeah. Well, yeah, that's probably why.
That's not the first time Ndamukong Suh has been whistled for a late hit on the quarterback. Won't be the last.
Will not be his last.
It's part of his DNA, I think. So the drive continues. First and 10 now for Baker and the Browns on the Bucs 31.
Not sure how the audio is because these headphones aren't working. I don't even know why I'm wearing them.
He gets the carry, moves it forward for a couple of yards, and that is Suh on the wrap up and tackle. Baker just 5 of 13 throwing the ball tonight. Tim, anything to be concerned about? What do you see there?
No, I don't think so. Tampa Bay's playing tight press man coverage, and you got to remember that Baker is playing without Odell Beckham Jr. and Jarvis Landry. So, you got Jalen Strong out there. You've got, and Njoku's not in there as well. Chubb's not in the backfield. So you've got some younger guys out there trying to make plays, but he's just been a little bit off on this drive, unlike the Baker that we're used to seeing where everything is just so pinpoint. He's been a little bit high on a few of his throws so far tonight.
Bucks a little anxious there.
Offside. Defense unabated to the quarterback. 5-yard penalty. Still second down.
Devin White just couldn't wait, and he came across the line early. And that moves it forward 5 yards, so call it 2nd and 1. And that opens up the playbook, doesn't it?
Yeah, definitely. So 2nd and 1, you can call anything you want. You like to take a shot here because you feel like you can come back on 3rd down and convert.
It's nice to see Mayfield playing to the second half here.
Looking to the end
Oh, that was a nice play.
connect with his big tight end.
One for Demetrius Harris, 6'6" guy.
Harris, and
Here we go.
was that on the throw or just
It's again, once again on this drive, he's missed 3 throws now that have been just a little bit high.
A little bit high on this.
Demetrius Harris, he's 6'7", Jay. So that the ball's just kind of selling on Baker a little bit right now. Maybe a little just antsy in the pocket. Just needs to settle down and get back to being the normal Baker Mayfield.
Third and 2 and they throw. He's got a touchdown. Did he hold on to it? No, he didn't. Oh, who was that? I'm going to say Higgins. I can't see. Could look up the number here. Yeah, it was Rashard Higgins. Oh. Surprised he didn't corral it. This will be the first time for a former Browns 2nd round pick, I think, Carl Nassib. Maybe he's the first. Let me take a look here. Yeah, they're going for it on 4th and 2. This is nice. We got Bernie Kosar on there. Mixed feelings about him, let's put it that way. Oh, one-handed catch by Higgins. I guess he made up for it. Higgins seems to be getting open a lot in these preseason. All right. Kareem Hunt got the first carry on the renewed set of downs. Oh, like offside here. Hold on. Mayfield throws pretty hard here. This is impressive. Farrell Brown caught that. He's the kick returner for the Rams last year. That guy likes to go on his memory a little bit more, so you're gonna see me do that a bit more. There are more mistakes and gaps in my memory, but it's pretty good as a whole. I'm wearing my Browns hat today too. I guess things lined up, didn't they? Oh, Mayfield was indecisive and he got sacked. They are really protecting quarterbacks. He didn't even get taken down and they blew the whistle. That's Raheem Nunes Roches. He used to play for the Chiefs last year. 56. Kansas City, 6th-round pick. Only making $895,000. That's a bit of value, I think. Carl Nassib was a 3rd-round pick by the Browns. I thought it was a 2nd. There's a slant to Jalen Strong that didn't go well. He hit his hands. Mayfield's a little bit miffed, you can tell. The one thing though is he thought it was a pass interference because the tackle seemed a bit early, but yeah. Man, Freddie Kitchens has the same shape as a trapezoid. It's like body goes out like this, and who am I to talk? But come on now. I didn't think I'd be doing color commentary here. It's a timeout, so they're a little bit of a delay here. One thing I will say though is I like that the way that we're watching is can't endorse it necessarily because you're not supposed to be watching where I am. They just say we'll be right back after this commercial break. That's great. You can see it at the bottom of this. It's just so much better than the alternative. Because I could do without a commercial. I really could. Do they even work anymore? Does anyone know? Do you really think that like doing commercials during an NFL game is going to generate revenue? I don't know. Maybe it does, but it's always something superfluous, like a show I'm never going to watch. Here in Canada, they like to talk about The Good Doctor a lot. Some show about an autistic doctor. I've never seen it, and I can't say I know anyone who has. Interesting, and this is a dress rehearsal, but a lot of these guys are playing deep into the game. This is quarter number 2. And Mayfield's still in there in the red zone. Here, I should really take time to figure out the audio here.
No, they didn't. No.
Nice. I got the sound to work now for me, so I can better use it to help you. Oh, that's a total flag. 81. Higgins is open all the time. He just got tackled in the end zone during his catch.
Kentrell Price, the likely offender. Let's see.
There are 2 fouls on the play, 1 on each team. Holding, offense, number 78. Pass interference, defense, number 24. Those penalties will offset. Replay, 3rd down.
Greg Robinson called for the hold, so essentially we'll just reset and do it all over again. Clearly, pass interference, and now a look at it.
Well, clearly a hold that time by Greg Robinson. Got beat to the inside and just wrapped up the defender. Didn't want to give him a free shot on Baker Mayfield. And, you know, in the preseason, I'm okay with that if I'm Baker Mayfield. I don't want to take that hit either.
Check the quarterback.
All right.
3rd down and goal from the 12. Try it again. 3 receivers to the top. 2, including Kareem Hunt, to the bottom.
They lined Kareem Hunt in the slot. Really interesting.
Throw to the end zone.
Oh, Baker threw on the run, and he threw a really high pass to Demetrius Harris, who's 6'7". So, I mean, I can understand that, but it got batted really easy. Kind of like if you guys played the new Madden, where you have that, like, you can time it where you can tip it out. My friend always does that to me. He's unbelievable at it.
Just throw it up high, see if he can possibly come down with a miraculous catch, but 2 defenders.
Oh, great play. 31. Who's 31 on the Bucks? Which corner is that?
Would put it in a perfect spot. So Seibert, with his bright greenish
Darian Stewart. That makes sense. Darian Stewart's a pro.
and again he sails it through. So it's been a big night for the rookie from Oklahoma.
That's 3 field goals. So if you had
Including a 54-yard
the Austin Seaver, the rookie kicker, in your preseason fantasy, which I'm sure a lot of you guys do.
Disappointed because the field position, Jay, that they've started these drives with. You know, they've had a short field on almost every drive, and they're walking away with field goals. That's always disappointing for an offense.
Yeah, you want to score touchdowns. That's the most sure way to come away with victories. And, you know, we talked about it earlier. Obviously, Baker's working with an assorted group of receivers that, by the way, happens to not include Jarvis Landry and Odell Beckham. Also, tight end David Njoku.
Here they're going. They're pumping up Njoku and
Is also not quite.
Jarvis Landry and obviously Odell Beckham.
I think that was the
I mean, I guess that's what you have to look forward to as a Browns fan. Not me, but it'd be a big thing for the city, I can imagine.
certainly don't want to get him hurt here in the preseason. So Ronald Jones back to receive for the Buccaneers, a short kick, and we'll see a return.
We're gonna draft. Big Rye's gonna draft our fantasy. I'm gonna be there live at the draft. Big Rye's gonna hang back here and do it for you guys. So you're gonna get to see some of these interesting new metrics we came up with for fantasy. And we don't love fantasy, to be honest. We like spread betting more. We like betting on the games, but we can't get away from it. I went from 5 leagues to 2 this year, or 6. I can't even remember how many I had last year. It's just a lot of effort, so I went down to 2. We streamed one of the first drafts, and then now you're gonna see our main league. It's our favorite one. It's our friends' families league, but it's pretty competitive and it's good. Not to mention Big Rye won last year. I came last, but I was tanking because it's a keeper league. Huge hold. Winston is running for his life. Holy. Got dinged pretty good.
There was definitely a hold in there, and I'm sure that's what the call is going to be. But Jameis under constant pressure so far in this game.
Take a look at it here. Schobert coming free at the quarterback. And Ellington had really no choice. He was beaten.
It was Joe Schobert. Sheldon Richardson should have got a unnecessary roughness. Winston got hit twice, and then as he was falling down, Richardson just shoved him to the ground.
Had 5 sacks by this Browns defense. There's still 6 minutes to go and halftime. 5 sacks
Him and Sue are interchangeable. They're just rough, violent players. I like it, though. I don't care about cheap shots. I like getting even, too, when they happen to me. Jamie, the offensive line for the Bucks hasn't held up whatsoever today. Which they're supposed to be one of the more experienced leagues or groupings in the league. The offensive line. Sorry, I haven't ate all day, so I got to pump it in sometime.
It is going to be fun. It's been fun tonight. It's just constant pressure, and also they're doing a great job versus the run as well, just playing in the backfield and creating havoc.
Andre Ellington, the lone back.
Andre Ellington too is such a weird choice. I know he's Winston overthrew to Rashad Perriman. Rashad Perriman, he was on the Browns last year. He's a former first-round pick for the Ravens out of University of Central Florida. Let's see if I'm right here. In our handy Big Ryan the Fat Guy sheet. Okay. Only rushing 4 on 3rd and 10. No one's open though for Winston. Pretty much just throws it away. Holy, this team looks dysfunctional. But a lot of times you'll see that, and that doesn't mean anything, more or less. Browns went 4-0 once in the preseason and lost every game. That was only a couple years ago. All right, let's see here. Wide receivers. Rashad Perriman. University of Central Florida. Baltimore first-round pick. He's getting paid $4 million. Him? I'll never get it. Okay. The fringe player.
Numbers, Tim, and it's been a bit of a struggle for him. We talked about the fact he doesn't have a lot of his starting weapons, and that might explain some of it, but how do you explain all of it?
Well, I think the Bucs are doing a good job in the secondary, playing a lot of tight man coverage. The Browns receivers are having a little bit of an issue separating against that man-to-man coverage, and Baker is just a little high on the throws. When he has that guys available, he's missed it just a little bit, just a hair off, and he's just not.
Mayfield's going back out there. This is awesome. I'm jazzed.
7 of 18, 50 yards. So the penalty really hurts the Browns. In essence, a 30-yard penalty because they were ready to start the ball inside Bucs territory.
It's nice to see. It's like this is almost a game.
Instead, it's back the Browns up to the 25-yard line. Call it the 26. Baker stays in.
I formation. A single back, rather.
Ball carrier. Flag is down.
They've been running Kareem Hunt a lot. It's not really looked good, to be honest.
Holding. Offense. Number 88. 10-yard penalty. Replay first down.
Demetrius Harris.
Demetrius Harris got just dinged for holding. He was never really he's never a great pass catcher, never a good blocker. But you just salivate at how big the guy is. I'm not even joking. I was a good athlete when I was younger. I should have been a tight end. I was usually around 230. I'm 6'6". So an inch shorter than Harris. Would have had a reasonable shot. Jake Jacobs, right on. How you doing, pal? Good to see you back. Yeah. Watching some Browns action. Just me though. Big Rise away, let's say. Away from the keyboard.
Rico Gathers was added during training camp to replace the released Orson Charles. And this is a situation where the Browns have so many good pass-catching receivers. One of the things they want most out of their tight ends is the ability to knock defensive linemen off the field. That's something that's probably going to play a big role in what makes this team as a tight end. Baker, plenty of time, and misfires on his throw to Derek Willis. Was that on Willis or was that on Baker?
I think Baker thought Willis was going to break that route to the sideline and or break that route in, and Willis broke it out, and it was just kind of a miscommunication that time between quarterback and wide receiver. You see here Willis at the top of the route. He goes to the sideline, and he just kind of comes back in.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. We are. Let me see who we like in that game. I don't even know. I gotta take a look here. Whoop, wrong one. Team schedule. There we go. Alright, we can do week 1 schedule. Ah, there it is. Weekly schedule. Week 1. Take a second to load here. Boom. Away is Tennessee. Let's see. All right, we have Cleveland has a 65% chance to win that game. So, that sounds about right. It's a home game for the Browns. And there's, yeah. That seems reasonable. To be honest though, I really don't like this iteration of the Browns. Everyone stops me on the street because fantasy football is a thing out here in Canada, like it is everywhere. Canada is very, very into fantasy football, I would say, and gambling on football. So people come up to me because I have a lot of Browns gear, and they go, "Oh yeah, you can wear that with pride, and they're gonna be so good." When I hear squares saying that the Browns are gonna be good, that gives me an infinite amount of pessimism. I don't know. And they're not traditionally built how I like teams built. I like strong defense and power run. Tennessee's my Madden team, believe it or not. I really love playing as Tennessee. Their O-line is great in the game, and the secondary in Tennessee in that game is, especially 2019, is ridiculous. Ridiculous. I love Tennessee's team. Mariota is not that good or accurate, but you can run with him too, and in Madden, running quarterbacks is a big thing. I've just had a big thing. Oh yeah, Derrick Henry's on my fantasy team for the first draft that I got. So I was pleased with that. Even though Derrick Henry has historically let me down, I'm going to have him this year too on my other fantasy team as a keeper. And last year he was nowhere to be seen, and then he turned it on near the end. So it's an uneven season for him, but I hope he gets the reps that he needs. Because Henry played 50 runs a game for Alabama? 50. I gotta look those up now.
His pass complete to Scotty Miller, so the Bucs will move the chains and keep the football.
Sometimes a quarterback can get in a 2-minute situation like this, and you've been getting harassed.
Game log. Here we go.
Things up, gets the defense on their heels, and gives you a little bit more time to throw the football.
Winston 7 of 13, 71 yards now. Wants to throw again.
Winston looks terrified, by the way, back there. Career game logs for Henry. His first year, not so many. Pro Football Reference, by the way, is the best site ever. Me and Big Ride love it. There's a lot of other football websites out there. I'm not going to name them specifically, but they give their take on analytics. We don't find them sufficient or even useful, to be honest. Whereas Pro Football Reference, we find to be very good. Okay, let's look at his senior year. Okay, he never ran that many times. I thought he ran like 50 times. No. He's got back-to-back games at Auburn and at home to Florida. 46 carries and 44. What? That's already insane. He's running 30 times a game. Yeah, exactly. How do you let that happen? Like, your season could be taken from under you, like, right away. Let's see who the backup is and go back to the sheet. Let's take a look at the quarterbacks for the Bucks. So we have this handy tool here, so I'm going to unselect Cleveland, and I'm going to switch position to clear. Where's quarterback? I can just type it in, but I'm too lazy. I want to lift my fat finger. Here we go. Okay. Okay, so behind him is Blaine Gabbert, Ryan Griffin, Nick Fitzgerald. Blaine Gabbert, I don't know about that. Oh, another thing, too, is this is a good example of, I know this is hard to see. I'll try and zoom in here. This is a good example of how strong teams think Blaine Gabbert is. We put in our own ratings. We have Jameis Winston as a 74. That would put him slightly below average. I think that's fair. Look at Blaine Gabbert's salary. $1.6 million. That, for backup quarterback, that's going to tell you something. Let's take a look at Cleveland's backups. It's Drew Stanton. I know that much. I'm curious what he gets. He should get paid a bit more. That would be my guess. Yeah, $3.25 million for Drew Stanton. Drew Stanton is a better player, I would say, than Blaine Gabbert. Although Blaine Gabbert has that high draft. I think he's a first-round pick out of Missouri, 10th overall. We just looked at it. I should have looked. And Blaine Gabbert looked okay for San Francisco. That was Chip Kelly San Francisco, though. That weird year. Missouri, 10th overall. Beautiful. Fat guy's on it, getting some things right. Ooh. Tampa and Cleveland. And we'll do any position here. So I can look him up at ease. Select all. Okay. Beautiful. Oh, that's a great question, Jake. So we have a formula. Basically what it is all of these ratings here will get multiplied by playing time and then by positional importance. I can't give away exactly how we come up with that, but I made this formula by myself on a T84 calculator, TI-84 Plus, that my mom bought me for honors math when I was in high school, and which I used in university too. And then Big Rye heard what I was doing, and I was using it to bet, and I was really successful in my first year using what we'll call the formula. So Big Rye heard about it, and then we got together, and Big Rye put it on Excel, and we've kind of like updated it every year and refined it. So this one took us all summer because we put it on Google Sheets. So, because we had to take our old database from Excel and put it in Google Sheets and get it to work, right? So that's one thing. That's a Big Rye specialty. Is he's, as far as database management goes, like with using this kind of stuff, he's a genius. He's unbelievably good at it. I, on the other hand, I'm good at theoretical math, but not. I'm not like a big computer guy. I mean, I know how to fix a computer, but I'm not. Yeah. So this Excel sheet took us all summer. Too long, don't read. That's what happened. Yeah, that's pretty much it. It's been exciting for us. This sheet does a variety of things too. Here's a interesting thing. So what you do here, I'll give you, because you're watching, I'll give you the rundown. There's an easier way to bypass rating every player, because that's kind of ridiculous. You see all these win projections? Yeah, it's interesting. So you see these numbers here. You put in a number between 1 and 16. And what you want to do is it's a rating, right? And so here's the grade. 15 or 16 is an A+. 1 is an E-, right? And an A+ team has only existed once in the 9 years we did it, and that was the 2009 Green Bay Packers, which won the Super Bowl. It's a generational team. We like that team better than any. So you have to keep it kind of reasonable, and you want the wins to add up to 255, these numbers. So what you do is you put in any of these numbers, and it will simulate the season for them and tell you how well they will do. We'll look at your Titans, right? Oh, and by the way, I'll show you something interesting. If you change any of those numbers, it will automatically update all the calculations. It's about 300,000 calculations. So it's very, very interesting stuff. So let's go to Tennessee. Tennessee, let's see. It's got a load here up in the corner. We have Tennessee winning 7.11 games. It adds up all the win percentages. So it'll tell you where they're all listed right here. Oh, another drop. Derek Willie, sorry. Tennessee's most favored against Tampa Bay and Jacksonville at home. That makes sense. And their toughest game on the road is at Atlanta. That makes sense too. The thing is, though, this is what we have them rated as, right? You can rate them whatever you want. The problem is, though, the less honest you are with yourself and less accurate, the worse your predicted results will be. So that's their schedule. But we see how we have them at 7.11 wins. What we could do here is we could just change. I could just change. Sorry, this is his version of the sheet, so it's a little bit slower for me. Oh, players. There we go, team strength. So now we could change. Let's change Tennessee to a 10-win team. And that's 3 wins more, so we're going to have to shave off. All right, we'll just shave off these guys. We'll go 9, 7, 7. Let's just say that. Okay, so now if we go back to team schedule, that would have all updated. And now Tennessee's win schedule, 9.4. You see how it just switches everything, right? So you can adjust. You can adjust everything. I better switch that back. Big Rye will lose his mind. There we go. Perfect. But that's an example of the power of this sheet. It's very interesting because it's designed for you to do it. Because we're wrong. We know this. We're human beings. We're wrong. We're going to be wrong. But it goes back to that idea that collectively as a whole, if we get enough people to do this, we're going to figure out the actual strength of everyone. Do you know what I mean? I think us as a whole, unified amoeba hive, will be pretty impressive at predicting the NFL. So I want to break the code. I don't like bookmakers. I want us as a whole to break the code. That's what I would like. Sorry if I went long on this stuff. We've just spent a lot of time, and it's very hard to explain. So the idea of selling the idea to someone is very hard. So we're just going to use it all year and gauge the kind of interest, because this might be a sheet that only us use, but we think that there's value in it, and there totally is. There's other things too. It'll give you, every week based on your ratings, it'll show you the best survivor. It'll rank them ascending. So we have Dallas as the best survivor pick week 1, and this is a practical stuff too. Sorry, I've totally been bypassing the game in front of us and talking about our sheet. Winston looks brutal right now because he's just running for his life. 0 points first half. Great. So anyways, the survivor pool sheet over here, you just click any week and you're going to be able to see this little loading bar. It takes a second because there's so many calculations. Indianapolis. It'll tell you in order. This is really, I don't know. For me, that would be a big deal because you don't have to think about survivor. You can even plot it how you want it, right? So you don't have to use your best pick necessarily. Like here, let's see, week 1. There's probably an interesting one in here. Look, fill it up. The Jets. Look at this. If you use, and this is another thing, I'm historically I've run historically great in survivor pools, and that's because I always do weird stuff like the Jets here. This seems like a reasonable play for me to take the Jets in a survivor pool because I like saving my teams for down the line. Because I find that if you use all the strong teams early, you're just gonna end up doing the same as everyone else, and then your chance of tying is huge. And a split pot in Survivor is, I don't know, it's not good. I'd rather go the distance. My friend Tristan, I shouldn't say his name, he 2 years in fantasy, he went the distance, all 17 weeks, in Survivor, which that's pretty good. He won a sizable amount of money out where I live. So I learned a lot of stuff from him about how this works, and that was a strategy he employed as well. He took a lot of teams that people were down on early to win games where he felt they were favored and the odds makers did, and they usually worked out for him. Well, in that one wonder run, it did. Yeah. I don't even know what the odds are to hit all 34 games in a row picking the winner, but he did do it. Like, I'm going to say it's in the millions, but what has to happen to somebody. I'm going to get back to the game here. Oh, that's another sheet.
Here's a guy that may be under the radar, but has really impressed the coaching staff. 40
Okay.
16-yard return.
8 seconds, Cleveland. They have it at the 45.
Setting up a long field goal.
They should be able to get a playoff here. Oh, Baker threw an interception. That's not the end of the world, though.
And that will end any thought of Browns points before the half. Jordan Whitehead stepped in front of
Jordan Whitehead.
and that brings the first
I don't
half
know
to a
him.
close, with Cleveland getting 3 field goals from Austin Seibert. They take a 9-0 lead into the half, and that
Jordan Whitehead. Oh, it might have been him who made that excellent play against Demetrius Harris in the back of the end zone. I thought it was Darian Stewart. I think they have the same number. That would make it. No wonder. Yeah, they don't. It's that guy. Jordan Whitehead looked great. Years Pro 2. 4th round, 117th overall. Interesting stuff. That's nice that they can get that type of production out of a player so far. This is the preseason, though.
Well, he has a great way of breaking things down to his most simple form. Did a great job putting the ball between the 2 yellow poles. That he has. 9-0 Browns. Much more from
9-0 Browns. We got a halftime coming up.
show is coming up.
All right. Got a little bit of a break here. See the live odds. No, I'm going to switch over to Buffalo, Detroit. That would make a lot more sense than what I was about to do. Oh, they only have... shoot. How could I get this to brew? I know what I'll do. Just gonna flick on my computer, guys. There's 2 in here. This is a pretty big setup.
From Raymond James Stadium in Tampa, Florida, This is the Cleveland Browns halftime report.
It's halftime here at Raymond James. Week 3 of the preseason between the Browns and the Buccaneers. A new episode of the Emmy Award-winning show Building the Browns premieres Sunday at 11:30 a.m. right here on News 5. Here's a sneak peek of that episode as quarterbacks coach Ryan Lindley mic'd up during last week's victory over the Indianapolis Colts.
Baker Mayfield's from Lake Travis High School in Texas. So too, Tim, is Garrett Gilbert, who is getting to start here tonight.
Oh. I don't know why I'm sitting. I'm sitting on the most brutal chair. I'm going to sit on a big rise chair so I'm more comfortable. Hope it doesn't break, though. That's happened a couple times.
Freddie and Drew have been with them in Arizona for 2 years. He just got really close, and that's kind of like I try to model my quarterback room after how Freddie did it.
All right.
There's a lot to me. It really does. It says that one, they got trust in Ty Johnson, and two, he must be a heck of a blocker. Because again, in that situation, you want to have your best blocker.
Holy. CJ Anderson, I just watched for. CJ Anderson just did a run for the Lions. He stiff-armed like 3 guys. He looks fatter than. Who am I to talk? Let's be real here, guys. You know, I did shed 18 pounds, though, and 20 actually. 19 pounds in the last 2 days. Or 2 days, 2 months, rather. But, I'm sorry, CJ Anderson looks a little heavy, let's say. So they're in the red zone, the Lions. I have it on another screen here. It's the way our streaming has set up is I have to have it on mine, on my computer, which is over here. Holy! Stafford just made a crazy play. Can't see it, obviously. He was, Shaq Lawson was in pursuit, and as he was going down, he sidearmed it to the receiver, and the receiver dropped it. Number 88 for the Lions. I'm going to find out who that is. That's It's got to be Hawkinson, I would guess. Sorry, they're slow-moing this. I'll look in a second. Oh, he barely got hit by Lawson. I got to find this. Here we go, Detroit. TJ Hawkinson is 88. Okay, that works for me. Oh, Stafford just took another hit. Or no. 11 did, rather. Or 77, sorry. The numbers are really difficult to make out here. Frank Ragnow. Oh, that sucks if he's hurt. He's lying down on his back like he's laid out. But he's not clutching anything, so Matt Patricia looks like really choked here. I'm hoping Frank Ragnow is not hurt. Of course, I didn't know he was 6'5". I thought he was shorter than that, 308. He's a big boy. First round pick for the Lions, of course. I want to see, did he get rolled up on? What happened? Oh, someone stepped on the back of his leg, and another guy fell on the other leg. I don't know what they're doing here, but I hope they're not air casting. They lost number 40. Where are my numbers here? They lost Jared Davis. Oh no, that's bad for fat guy. Oh no. Oh no, that is really bad for fat guy. I'm in this thing where we bet on tackles, and we draft a team of 10 guys, and I've drafted Jared Davis every year, and this doesn't look good. If Jared, I'm sorry, and I like him too. That's another thing. And now Frank Ragnow is going to get... They took his shoe off. Oh, this has got to be an ankle if they took his shoe off. Yeah, this has got to be an ankle. Rolled up on ankle. Yeah, this... Hopefully it's just a rolled ankle. I mean, that's possible, isn't it? Yeah, yeah. And there's different degrees, too. But I feel like a lot of... They don't play through injury anymore, though, like they used to. You can say what you want about that. I'm always from the old school, like, yeah, it's fine. Shoot me up with cortisone or whatever. But, maybe that's very inhumane of me. It's possible. This is bad. This is bad for the Lions. They lost Jared Davis and Frank Ragnow. Here, I think... Here, if we were to sort by rating in our little thing here. Oh, nice pass by Stafford. A bullet to Amendola. Oh yeah, they're fourth and goal. I gotta wait for that. Stafford's had some pretty good years. Let's be real here. He's one of those guys that people forget about. Buffalo's only had 15 passing yards. I missed them. Jake, I think you've got a better. You've seen that a little bit. You've seen a little bit more of this game, so 15 passing yards is not saying much. How'd they score their touchdown then? Got to be a defensive type thing then. Stafford running for his life on fourth down, having to throw it away. Okay, I'm going to check out the box score here. Too curious how you can get a touchdown yet 15 passing yards. I'm going to assume pick 6. Fumbles are less likely. Isaiah Monk got a touchdown. Oh, they got a lot of rushing yards here. Guess that's how. 68 rushing yards. Yeah, the Browns game. Yeah. You're a pretty big fan, man. If you're watching 2 preseason games of teams that aren't your own, you're into it. You probably know a thing or two, I'm gonna guess. That 25's got to be Shady McCoy the way he ran that. Surprised he can carry the ball out here. In the new Madden, they have him do that. He should. I'd be curious at his fumble percentage, what it is. Yeah, oh for sure, as we're really scraping the bottom of the barrel right now. All right, Detroit. Let's check out Buffalo. Okay, I got it by number. Yeah, 25, LaShawn McCoy, of course. Oh, that pitch was high, and he's carrying it like a loaf of bread again. Now there's 2 flags on the play. Interesting. This is the thing about McCoy, because we did when we were making this sheet, we're deciding what, because this is the minimal viable product more or less. Look at his salary, Jake. $8 million. I mean, really? And look at the rest of the salaries of the running backs. Like here, from what I've seen of Devin Singletary, he's not really my favorite. But look, if you add up everybody else, and that's guys and that's established guys. Frank Gore, TJ Yeldon. That's $3.6 million between the two. If you add up, 6 other guys, they make less money than LaShawn McCoy. I don't know. I get that you want to put your best product out on the field, but at what cost? $8 million for that? I don't know. I can't. I wouldn't be able to pull the trigger. I think more of a manager, I guess. Oh, here we go. The Browns game is kind of starting up again.
On 3rd down, and the Buccaneers.
Wow, I didn't realize that Mayfield's 10 for 26. That's pretty bad. You know what, though? I have seen a lot of drops. A lot of drops here.
down on the field, wants to talk a little bit about special teams. And Dustin, why not?
Yeah, guys, the special teams this season.
Go back to Cleveland here.
It looks like it could be special, and frankly, I think it all comes from Coach Mike Prefer, who he just brings a certain energy to this Browns team. And the special teams.
Oh, they're talking about energy now. What does that mean?
And have effort. You have to hustle.
Really, they're really just scraping the bottom of what they can say. Britton Colquitt's got a nice mustache on him, eh?
Prefer is a former military guy. Talks a lot about discipline, execution.
Of course.
And his special teams has been very good so far this preseason. Came over from the Vikings, where his special teams unit always one of the tops in the NFL.
Oh, 38. That's 38 for the Lions. Just made an awesome run. Yeah, that's carrying on. That makes sense. Good. I like the ball protection too. Oh, David Fales is in. Well, it's this friend of my sister's. I always hope that he does well, but yeah, they totally are, man. Yeah, they totally are. Yeah, I'm agreeing with you. Yeah, my sister has a few friends in the NFL, but none of them have made and much of an impact. Yeah. Guy she went to school with. Tremaine Edmonds, he's an interesting one, eh? For the Bills, linebacker. He's a big guy. How big is he? See, I just end up just looking up the database just to see factoids about guys. Just assuming 50s numbers. Oh yeah, Drew Stanton's in, so I'm paying a little more attention to the end of the second quarter for the Lions and the Bills.
Bad snap that time. I think that was Treader still in there at center, but the ball bounced back. Looked like it may have slipped out of his hand when he was trying to snap it back to Drew Stanton in the shotgun.
Tremaine Edmonds, 49. Oh, I love 49 numbers. Yeah, 6'5" for a linebacker is tall. Virginia Tech, first round pick. Bill, 16th overall. Wow, Ernest Johnson made a nice play at 3rd and 26 for the Browns. There we go, David Fales running the 4-minute drill for the Lions here. I like this set here. They're in shotgun with 3 wide on the strong side. Actually, there is no strong side. 3 wide on the right. He's 85 for the Lions. Edmonds in on that play again in coverage. Tom Kennedy, I don't know him. Yeah, he's a UDFA. I have a reason not to know him. This is his first year or two. Ooh. Ooh, in the Browns game, the returner almost bobbled, almost dropped it.
Making the stop on special teams. Tampa Bay's second unit likely to take the field next.
There's a lot of Cleveland. I guess there's a Cleveland section at Raymond James Stadium for Tampa Bay. It's bizarre. For a preseason game, I like it. I like it. I feel like Browns fever is too around. And then it's annoying for me. I've been rocking the Browns gear since like 2009 when I started watching football. Now it's like bittersweet, you know. Now they're the cool team. I like them when they weren't. The most overhyped team right now. Buffalo's only completion tonight is a fumble by Cole Beasley. What does that tell you? So Buffalo has a run here. I'm going to guess it's Gore. Why is Gore even playing the preseason? Honestly? Like, what do you need more? The guy works out like crazy. Legit works out like crazy. He's a more established professional than you can imagine. Anyone can imagine. He's one of my favorite running backs because he's not great at anything. He's good at every facet of being a running back. Catching, running inside the tackles, running outside the tackles, pass blocking. And that's a big one, pass blocking. Some of the Miami games I watched, he was just incredible, Gore was. He was incredible. Because he just brought that versatility to your team and the dependability. He knew what to do. I have a big hard-on for Frank Gore because I like that style. Flashy runners aren't the same for me because they don't. At the end of the day, they're not. They don't help your team win as much as a guy like I think Frank Gore does. And if, coincidentally, Frank Gore has never won a Super Bowl, unfortunately. But I like that style of player. That's the kind I like. There you go. Holy single back, Frank Gore, strong side, 4-yard gain into a pile of guys. Perfect. Love it. That is just my style. Two-minute warning for the Bills. They said David Njoku has 8 touchdowns over his first 2 years. That's the second most for a tight end. Yet, big deal. Like, 8 touchdowns over 2 years is not doing anything for me. And then I'm going to guess that's behind Ozzie Newsome, Hall of Fame tight end for the Browns. One of the few Hall of Famers the Browns have. Yeah, second team's on for Tampa Bay against the second team defense of the Browns. I like to see Mac Wilson from the Browns. He's an interesting guy if you guys care to look him up on YouTube. Let me bring him up here. They say he's inconsistent. That's what his draft report was. I don't watch enough college football to know too much. I watch a lot of NFL, clearly. Yeah, linebacker, Alabama, 5th round pick. Oops. If you guys watched some of the interceptions, he already got 2 in one game. Against, who was it? Washington? I think one of them was Dwayne Haskins. Yeah, I'm almost certain. Yeah, it was. Yeah, so he's a 5th round pick by the Browns. He looked like he could start. He was crazy good. Oh no, is Greedy Williams hurt now? Don't, please. Please. Can't just start with that. He's walking off. If his arm is a little buggered, I can take that. He's a DB. He hit a guy's... He tackled and speared his leg. He's fine. If his arm's fine. I've never understood about, arm injury or a DB. There was a D tackle, D end for the Redskins at Barry Cofield that broke his hand. He played with a club. Oh, Josh, and it's Canadian too. That's the most Canadian thing I've ever seen. You had months to figure this out. By the way, Winnipeg is true Canada. It is the coldest place. I'm gonna say maybe in the world. It's not really that cold. It's very cold in the winter, very hot. And they totally botched it. They had, because Canadian CFL fields are way bigger, but the goalposts, you already know the story about that. How do you just not have it figured out? They had to play on 80 yards, and they were charging anywhere from 150 to 400 for the game, in advance. It's just so low quality. No wonder none of the starters played. It's just, you just make, we don't get much. Make us look good. You can't figure out a field. And if that was going to be an issue, just do it somewhere else. I'd rather the game canceled in Winnipeg than to be a total flop. There's no way it would ever come anywhere near where I live. But I'd like Canada to be a little bit more embracing, I guess. Toronto, I think, could Toronto is a good sports town. I think they could hold an NFL team. I really do think so. That'll never happen, though, because that would kill the CFL. That would never happen. And the other thing, too, it would kill the Buffalo Bills. Most of the fans of the Bills are from Toronto anyways, I'm pretty sure. Same with the Buffalo Sabres. But yeah, it was just bad for Canada in general, and it was a waste of a preseason game. I like that Nathan Peterman got a win, though. Yeah, exactly, Jake. Yeah, I was going to circle around to Mexico, and I'm like, I don't need any more dumping on. Their game got canceled. That's even worse. Oh, I will say this, though, about Mexico. I remember me and Big Rye lost a few dollars betting on the Raiders with a huge spread against the Patriots. And Gostowski hit a 62-ish yard field goal, and it could have gone for 75 because of the altitude. I found that very interesting because it changed. That I realized that next time there's a game in Mexico, I'm interested in the over. McCoy just got a huge run, and he just got horse tackled by number 32. I'm gonna say that's. I'm gonna guess that's safety. I don't know which. McCoy can still run. That's. I guess I'm on him a bit hard. 32 Tavon Wilson. Number 11 just got hurt. Backup quarterback for the Bucks. And that's Blaine Gabbert, guy we spoke about earlier. And he called him on quick. Maybe, because sometimes when you think you hurt yourself that badly, usually it isn't because you're not really in shock. I'm not a doctor, clearly. Oh, this didn't look that bad. Oh, touchdown Bills, Devin Singletary. I want to get another look at this. Singletary wasn't really a running back me or Big Rye were that into. But he's drawing a little bit of, let's call it fantasy interest maybe. Oh, this hole was huge. I could have ran in it. He did dodge a tackle on the goal line, I guess. Yeah, he just did what he's supposed to do here. That's not that impressive here. It's good. It's good. Yeah, the athleticism at the end was okay. I shouldn't be picking up our professional athletes' scores. Efforts, but just I'm not believing the hype just yet. Speaking of which, I don't think you can draft any of the running backs from Buffalo. If it were me, I told you Gore's going to be in there most of the time. In theory, you should get the most pass protection, the least amount of fumbles. What does 1934 mean? That's a hat Matt Patricia's wearing. I gotta look that up. Probably when they started, I guess. That would make sense. That seems a little early, though. I guess something to do with the Ford family. I don't know. I'm not gonna put hat. I'm just gonna put 19. There we go. I don't get it. Whatever. I'm not gonna waste any more effort on that. The Lions get a 1-minute drill here. This is a great return by number 39 on the Lions. Agnew. I think his name's Josh. Troy. Mike Ford. Oh, Jamal Agnew, 39. Just mistaken. Third-year pro. Whoa. Always move things around.
To see that for Blaine Gabbert, obviously it looked pretty serious. Don't want to speculate, like Jay said. without the injuries, but he was
Third-year pro, 5th-round pick.
okay, but Ryan Griffin is a guy I think they have a lot of confidence in as well. He's had a great
Catch by 82 on the Lions.
really throw the football. I think Bruce Arians
Fails is still out there. That's Logan Thomas. Logan Thomas, former quarterback for the Arizona Cardinals. Quarterback tight end. How often does that happen? Oh, don't. Oh, Fails just got sacked nicely by Shaq Lawson. It looks like he gained a few pounds.
looked like pass interference on the Browns that time. It's going to be Robert Jackson. I think he got
The Bucks are driving here. David Fails got a new tattoo, it looks like. Not much of a tattoo guy. I do have a huge one, but it's on my leg.
5-yard penalty. Automatic. First down.
Robert Jackson with the desperation move, and here's another ball.
See Jackson here working on Scotty Miller, just grabbing him the whole time. Well, that's the other side. There was a hold on that one as well.
3rd and 13.
But on the top of the screen here, you'll see Robert Jackson just get the hands to the face. He was beat on the
Oh.
touchdown.
Oh. Gerald Avery just smoked the backup quarterback on the Bucks.
Griffin's face.
Ryan Griffin.
Throw. Ellington.
Andre Ellington. They have all the starting running backs playing for the Bucks, it looks like.
Looked like Devereaux Lawrence was in on it.
Well, I mean, I guess they have to. The Bucks don't really have that many running backs, and they're not good. They're the worst running back crew we have rated.
Browns defense. Coaches are high on.
So I'm going to change. I want to see. Take a look here. It's good for me. I get to this database. I get to learn everything some a little bit quicker.
Second down.
Yeah, look at this crew. This guy could raise. He's been doing the best in camp. Dare, I'm not even gonna bother saying his last name. It's Nigerian, I'm guessing. Ogun Bowale. I feel like Nigeria is probably the biggest ancestry contributor to the NFL. There's too many, and they're unbelievable athletes. I can only imagine some of these guys originate from there as well. Yeah, so Andre Ellington. I don't know Bruce Anderson, I'm going to be honest. Bruce Anderson, though, is a UDFA, and he's a rookie, so you don't have to, really. Oh, Ryan Griffin. Tanner Hudson could have had that one. Tight end for the Bucks. Should have been able to pull that one in the end zone. Ronald Jones, Peyton Barber. All these guys aren't good. Peyton Barber's the best, I would easily say. But this Dare, I'm going to call him. Dario, he could rise here too. And so could Ellington. Ellington's been a decent player in his career, but he's been out of the league for some time. Okay. Bucks are attempting a field goal here. Who is the Bucks kicker?
This a 23-yard try, and he banks it through, so the Buccaneers are on the board. It's been all
Matt Gay. Yes. Oh, Cairo Santos is going to get cut probably. He's a 5th-round pick. I mean, they put draft capital in him. That doesn't excuse, like, just because you drafted a guy doesn't mean you should stick with him, but more than likely, yeah. Oh, 61-yard attempt for Matt Prater, everyone. This is interesting. Yes, please. He got it. He got it. That's awesome. And Matt Prater has got to be the shortest guy in the league. Oh, yeah, that's rad. Yeah, Jake, you're in the same. We're in the same. We're thinking the same thing. That is rad. How tall is Prater? I want to know that. He looked half the size of every other player. That was awesome. It says he's 5'10". Yeah, right. Yeah, right. Who's the on-field reporter, eh? Who's that? I only got a side view, so... Because there is some lacking of talent, let's say, at the on-field reporter position. There's Aaron Andrews, and that's like it. Oh, that was rad. That was the best thing I've seen yet today.
The Browns encourage all fans to arrive early for home games this season. All fans will now enter First Energy Stadium with secure mobile tickets. So make sure you download the app so you're ready for game day. Have your mobile tickets visible on your device when approaching the gates. And the Browns sales staff telling me this week, make sure you get your tickets in order before you get to the stadium, because if you've got 40.
Oh yeah, Rob Baronis. Oh yeah, he died too. 60-yard game winner, Tennessee. Was that against Indianapolis? I swear I bet that game. I think that was Indy. You gotta remind me though.
Past the 30-yard line, so once again, Ernest Johnson showing out on special teams.
Or maybe it was Scobie who hit the one against for the Jags against the Colts, Peyton Manning Colts.
In that quarterback room, Damian Ratley, the Browns receiver, on his backup quarterback.
Drew is a really smart guy. I don't think you understand how smart Drew really is. Like, Drew would tell you something that's going to work, and that thing worked.
Yeah, against the Colts. I remember that game. I remember that. I had Tennessee plus 3.5. And back then, I was on a pretty tight bankroll, let's put it that way. So, yeah, I needed the win. Oh, that was rad. I hated Peyton Manning's Colts. I hated them. I always, every game that they played divisionally against Tennessee and Jacksonville, I took Tennessee and Jacksonville. Probably because like 70% of people were betting on the Colts, as usual.
10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. Replay, first down.
Yeah, that was a rad game.
Guys, I think it's interesting here. Drew Stanton in with the twos, but he's not really in with the twos. He's in with the starting offensive line, which I think shows you how valuable they
I was always confused that Peyton Manning, they didn't just beat him by beating him up. Like, he can't move. Like, just, you got to be able to beat their offensive line. Like, it should, if you could rush with 4 and get to the Colts, you're going to win that game.
Pass interference. Defense, number 29. The ball was placed at the spot of the foul. Automatic. First down.
Ryan Smith whistled for the pass interference on Derek Willis after the incompletion. Bernie, what do you have?
Well, one of the strategies of keeping the first offensive line in with Drew Stanton is trying to get
Oh, they're playing the starting offensive line, they said.
cohesiveness with that, and then
Who's Kush?
have a positive
We gotta find that one out.
first team line and getting that continuity, consistency, and communication down, which is imperative for the backup quarterback with the offensive line.
Yeah, a lot of reasons behind it. So the ones stay out there from the offensive line. Drew looking to go deep, overshoots everybody.
Cameraman didn't do a good job. I guess it's preseason for them.
Mitch Hyman, the intended receiver.
Drew clearly didn't see the middle of the field.
Who's
safety.
Kush?
Isaiah Johnson is playing.
Eric Kush.
You can't throw the post pattern with a single
I don't. How do I not remember him?
side of where Johnson was in middle field. And
KC 6th-round pick. 7 years a pro though. That should have rung some bell. I hate when I see that and I don't remember the guy, because
such a long throw, the safety has
what does that say? Like,
balls in the air. You get over there and make
I don't know. It makes me think that my brain's too full and it can't take anything more.
Johnson with a nice job in protection.
Let's see how Stanton does here. 2nd and 10, 35, pitch. That is a horse collar. That is a horse collar. No flag. What are they doing?
sure looked like a dangerous tackle to me too,
He
Jay.
pulled it right down from the back of the neck.
Johnson trying to get to the edge and from behind, and I think that's that. Well, he kind of
I don't know. He did it kind of like daintily.
thought he got it out in time, but it was close.
Oh, that's Shaq Barrett. I love Shaq Barrett. They're playing against. That's a good defense. Bucks have a good defense out there.
Talk about Johnson impressing on special teams, pass protection, running the ball.
To Ernest Johnson, I would think, yeah. Nice bootleg here. No one's open. Oh, why would you throw that? Why would you throw that? Sorry, Drew Stanton was bootlegging. He just threw cross body. Ernest Johnson is making a case here. I hope he makes the team. He's a UDFA first year for Cleveland. I don't like... So, now they're showing Beckham talking to the ref. This celebrity stuff, I can't take it. He's a guy on a football team. He hasn't played in the preseason. And then he's wearing full... I guess that's what they do, is they wear the full gear. Brown's punting. Oh, they got the corner. Nice tackle by number 7 on the Browns. Jamie Gillen, the punter from Arkansas Pine Bluff. First year UDFA. I remember him now. Oh, and he's got no gloves on and a hairband around his arm. All right, second best thing behind the Prater kick was that. And he's got long hillbilly flowing hair. This is great. Commercial break time. Yeah, one of the providers in Canada is called Dazn. It's just awful. So we do have it among other streaming options. So we're gonna get the game somehow. It's just funny how the ones that you pay more money for are usually worse. Isn't that weird? And the customer service is terrible. Okay, now I just saw something interesting on the sheet here. So that interesting story, Damon Sheehy Giuseppe, Phoenix College. Might that be the University of Phoenix? That would be interesting. He makes it from an online college. Did Larry Fitzgerald go to Minnesota? Because he's like the champion for finishing his degree at the University of... oh, he went to Pittsburgh. Oh, that's right. He's just from Minnesota. Sorry. Once I put Phoenix in my brain, I had to make these connections, amoebus connections that don't make any sense. Greg Gumbel is he's doing the broadcast for the Lions game with Trent Green for CBS. Could you have like a weirder hairline? He's got like just a strange Jerry curl. And Trent Green looks like he's running for Congress. I'm the last guy who should be dissing, ragging on people's physical state. Jamie Gillen, the punter from Arkansas Pine Bluff, UDFA for the Browns. He looks like he's lives on the bayou in Florida and drinks a lot. That's what I'm going to say about him. It works though. Yeah, I did. Me and Big Rye watched a thing on it. I think there was a Vice thing too. Yeah, Sheehy Giuseppe. It is a cool story. The part I liked about it though is believing in yourself so much that when you could get a credit card, he maxed it out so he could go to NFL tryouts. It's kind of cool. The other thing too though is the guy's more or less worked hard and put up. So, I got no complaints. I believe in pure meritocracy. Just pay the best guy for the job. Story, not story. And I just hope he earns his way onto the field. Because he has a touchdown. He's a return touchdown so far. It's not out of the realm. And I think if he doesn't make it with the Browns, he's worth a look for other players. And the other thing too, there's a lot of guys that make the transition from college, and they were unbelievable athletes in high school, college, and everything was easy for them. Then the NFL, you actually have to study and do work because you're an average athlete all of a sudden, right? He's one of those guys that's never going to stop working because he knows the rug in the NFL can get pulled out from under you, and all of a sudden you're not making high six figures. You're making nothing. So, and you don't really... I can't imagine a lot of these guys have skills outside of sports. So, he's the type of guy I would want on my team as far as effort level. Talent-wise, I can't make that judgment yet. Great story. Absolutely a great story.
Redwine going high. Smaller guy hit him high.
Yeah, you can go high on these wide receivers. And
Big hit from Redwine, by the way.
Redwine doing a tremendous job competing, fighting for a job, and certainly plays like that will help his case.
From the U.
Oh, the U.
On this Browns roster.
Where is Sheldrick Redwine?
Action there. Griffin. With Ray Armstrong.
I always like the logo of the Hurricanes. Sheldon Richardson is jumping on the field because he's angry at a flag call.
Perhaps this will be challenged.
Pass interference. Defense number 51.
Just going to group them together. A lot easier.
Automatic. First down.
I really want to take a look at this one because I didn't really see Mac Wilson do anything.
51, the guy I've been mentioning, Mac Wilson.
Look at it and see if we can see. Maybe got the hands in there that we didn't see.
Yes, yes. Jake, we agree on a lot of stuff. I'd love to disagree, but you're so right. It's always, and the Patriots just seem to, they just know how to use each guy. And another thing too, why he'll be perfect for the Patriots, you can pay him league minimum. You can pay him $585,000 or whatever it is.
I don't know how you can play football if you can't hand check a guy.
What is it? Let's take a look.
Challenging the ruling of pass interference.
I think he's 11. Nope. It's 15.
Because that's his
Yeah, he'll be like the best special teams player. Yeah, making $585,000. How is he getting paid more than this guy?
On the hip, but he did
540. Oh, because this guy has a 2-year deal, and I guess you can prorate it smaller. Brian Mitchell, I don't even know him.
just touched it. He didn't really pull the hip and spin him around. If he did, you would see Hudson's kind of shoulder kind of spin around. As he
I don't know if I like this
That's
88
not what happened.
on the
I don't
on the
think
Bucks
that's
here.
interference at all.
Tanner Hudson.
Hudson may have drawn the penalty because as soon as the ball hit the turf, he's looking around for the
Yeah,
flag.
I don't know.
It came in a little late.
Yeah, I don't mind this on-field reporter for Detroit.
Different angle for you here.
Melanie Collins, that'll work for me.
There was definitely contact, but your point
Just want to get younger at the position, that's all.
you would think you would have to hook the hip. And it just didn't look like that was
Just
there.
realize if I grow my beard back, I'm going to look like Matt Patricia again. There's no way around it.
When Freddie could have challenged the pass interference and didn't, that was a hook of the hip and a pull.
Way
and we
worse.
saw him spin Jalen Strong.
Oh, this is nice. I like.
Pass interference. That one.
I'm glad they're challenging pass interference so much because they really this should really set the tone then for the league. Like maybe for once the NFL won't botch a rule change. You know what I mean?
Incredible miss in the NFC Championship game that really sent the Rams to the Super Bowl and not the New Orleans Saints. Guys, Bernie, Dustin down on the field, we've talked to you about this. I don't know anybody that loves it. Where are you guys on it?
I don't love it. Bernie, your thoughts on it? I think number one, it just takes
After review,
forever.
the ruling on the field stands as called as defensive pass interference.
The one thing I will say though is
With the first team timeout.
yeah, they are challenging all these, which is good. But at least in my memory from watching these games, is they all get all the calls get upheld. So they're just they're like you can't even touch the guy. Is what I'm saying. Like even the light ones are being upheld. It feels like.
You see it's clearly not pass. What's the point of even having that rule?
Oh, nice sack here,
Tonight, this time it's Lawrence.
Devereaux Lawrence.
Griffin, he came free.
Rotational lineman for the Browns. Second-year UDFA from Auburn.
Someone had a blown assignment.
Yeah, another blown assignment there. And Lawrence playing in the backfield and another sack for this Cleveland Browns defensive front.
Wow.
6 sacks for the Browns. 5 on Winston though.
Yeah, I'm with Bernie. I mean, I don't know what universe that is pass interference. And when you juxtapose
Yeah, that was a. I'm agreeing with the commentators. It wasn't a pass interference.
this could become a real issue for the 2019 season.
They're gonna have to figure these rules out quickly here.
Flag down.
I think it's offside on the Browns.
Passes man up the left side.
Oh!
Shoots him. That could have been a touchdown.
81 tried to make a one-handed catch, extended arm.
Unable to bring it in.
Anthony Johnson, first-year UDFA wide receiver, out of Buffalo for the Bucks. The Browns were offside, so it's a penalty on them.
What we we saw Baker do earlier. He saw the flag, he knew he had a free play, and he took a shot.
That was 55 who was offside for the Browns. Jannard Avery. I thought it was Gerald Jannard. Can't blame me. I am going to get things up. There's 3,000 players in this brain.
The Bucs get 5 of those sack yards back on the penalty. And again, the Buccaneers have moved it inside Browns territory. Griffin
Oh,
skips it into his receiver, was facing
the Browns D-line looks menacing. Another target for Tanner Hudson. I don't know how many that is, though. It seems like a lot. Oh, Coley's a beast.
happened all night. Someone's getting free.
He's trying to step up.
Coley is a beast for the Browns.
Coley delivers a big shot at the end of that one, but Griffin doing a nice job just trying to fight and let something happen.
Yeah, Trayvon Coley. He's a beast. He's not to be messed around with, that guy. Like, especially this later part of the team, or part of the game, he's going to have good matchups because he's a lot better than the guys he'll be up against. Another target for Tanner Hudson and another reception. I haven't liked what I've seen so far, but he's getting targets, so I guess you're going to have to... You're going to call it impressive, I guess? Is it good? Oh, that was a weird mechanic throw because his body... he adjusted his arm and threw nearly across, like slightly off angle, but it was accurate. It was a little Patrick Mahomes touch from Ryan Griffin. I don't think anyone's ever compared Ryan Griffin to Patrick Mahomes. You only see that here on Big Ride and the Fat Guy stream. Is that a flag? 44. Yeah. Dario, who we mentioned earlier. It looked like he got pulled down by his face mask. I hope he gets a shot over Ronald Jones. I liked Ronald Jones in college, like his tape. Oh, it wasn't. He got pulled down by his jersey. But his on-field was dreadful. I haven't seen that much good. This Dare guy, the camp reports are strong from him, and that was a good carry. He did get pulled down light, though. Nice. Ran into Devereaux Lawrence, another carry. 3rd and 2, it looks like. I should just run it with this guy again. And this would be another way to slow down that pass rush, because, I don't know, I wouldn't like my chances with the current offensive line against the Browns D-line. This guy Devereaux Lawrence looks pretty violent. He's a big man. What does he weigh? 295. That's not that much. He's lighter than I am. Not by like 2 pounds, but his muscle mass though is huge. Obviously, it should be a touchdown. 87. Jordan Leggett, tight end, 3rd year with the Bucs. Originally drafted by the Jets as a 5th round pick. Making a cool 650. Oops. Making a cool 650. I just had it. Here, let me finish that thought. Making a cool $670,000, 511. How do you arrive at that number? I want to know how you arrive at those numbers. Matt Gay getting a touchdown. The Bucs are now covering. It was closed at Browns -1, I think the odds said. Let's take a look here. Oh, it opened. The Bucs -3. I don't know why I got an alert on my phone then. What did it close at? Why is this... Can't scroll. Oh, I guess not. I read on my phone that the Browns were favored. I guess that push notification was wrong. Mind you, that's from like a sports news website that gave me that, so they're never reliable. They're playing Shout, the song from Animal House in the background. I love that movie. Nice with Damon Sheehy Giuseppe. I hope he goes the distance. Let's go, buddy. Nice. It was a good return. I'll take that. Up to the 26. Positive 1 yardage. That's good. Good for him. And this guy's hungry, man. He's getting after it. I hope he doesn't fumble or something stupid like that. That'll really hurt.
And I don't know that it will be with this football team, but you would have to think that Sheehy Giuseppe has impressed enough around the league that should he not make this Browns team, he'd be a guy to look.
Even if he's on the practice squad, I would be happy with that. My brother-in-law was had a chance to be on a practice squad, let's say. I shouldn't get into too much of that. Ernest Johnson with a reception. There's more Browns fans. I guess maybe they're going over the same ones because I'm watching the Browns broadcast, so there's that. Oh, Ring of Honor. I can see Leroy Selman, number 63. He's a first overall pick by the Bucks in, I'm going to say 76. That's my guess. Very good. He was the best player on the worst team in the league for a very long time. Oh, he passed away. That's unfortunate. Oh, yes. First overall pick in 76. How do you get that one? How do you get that one? No wonder I'm forgetting things these days. You got stupid factoids that nobody cares about stuck in your brain. How many sacks did he get? 78.5. I don't know when the sack stat came into play, though. Yeah, he's obviously in the Hall of Fame. He was crazy good player. Yeah, he's the first ever pick for the Tampa Bay Bucks in the expansion. Then his older brother got picked in the second round. That's crazy. Team's Rookie of the Year and MVP award, 6 straight Pro Bowls, NFL Defensive Player of the Year, 79. Florida Sports Hall of Fame. Good on him. And he was a bank executive? What? Sorry, this guy's got a cool story too. He owned a restaurant too. Honestly, it's hard to be successful back then. You didn't get paid much after the NFL. You usually end up not living a nice existence, and he certainly looks like he did. I went on long about Leroy Selman, but I like kind of stories. Not much has changed in the Buffalo Lions game. The Bills Lions game, rather. Oh, Demarius Randall dyed his hair blue, it looks like. That's a new thing, I guess. Yeah, that's a good point, Jake. I thought something was off, but I couldn't make it out. What's the deal with that? That's a good point. Maybe he's so mad that he can't be near, like he has to be away from everybody because he's so angry with how his team's performing. Yeah, that is a great point. Now I'm going to pay more attention to that thing, yeah. What was that? That's got to be a fumble. Matt Barkley, too. There's another bust, USC. He wasn't drafted early, though, so I guess that's not fair. Oh, that's an incomplete by Barkley, I think. How do you rule that even? It's a forward motion. It should be incomplete by a rule definition. I want to see that Matt Patricia again. Yeah, why is he standing there? McDermott at least is working. I have respect for Sean McDermott. He made the playoffs with the Bills, of all teams, with the Bills, while the Bills were trying to tank, essentially.
Especially Baker Mayfield. I'm sure he's not happy with the performance that their offense put up in the first half.
Stanton hit and dropped. It's another 3 and out for the Browns offense. And the Buccaneers, who have had the ball twice in
Another sack by Raheem Nunez-Roches, formerly of the Chiefs, for the Bucs on a stunt. Oh no, someone else stunted and he crashed in. It wouldn't make sense to have D lineman delay stunt like that. Anyways. Field goal attempt. It's Hauschka in the Bills, I believe. Yeah, it's Hauschka. Number 4. And it's good. Bills extend their lead. Can we see a mad Matt Patricia? Is it possible?
sends the return man back inside the 20. Wilson tries to get the edge. Can't do it. Because he knew the
85, violently thrown down to the ground.
He knows.
Okay, I'm confused by this name. How are we going to say it? Is it Jesus or Jesus? I could believe anything. He went to college in Florida. Nothing would surprise me. I'm getting Canadian commercials on the Lions Bills feed, and it's even muted. It's more annoying than this. Will be right back after the commercial break. NFL one. No, I like the NFL because I've been doing database stuff forever, and like it takes up too much of the time. Like my brain already explodes at the NFL. I watch a little bit of college, and it's been just a slow progression. But I've maybe bet 2 college games in my life. I think I'm gonna say 2, and those were both tips from other people, and I think they both lost, obviously. I like college football. I like some aspects of it. I think it's way more creative. I like that part of it. And I will say this, though. Some of those Alabama games, like, because we get very limited exposure to college football up here in Canada, whereas, like, NFL is, you can watch any game. It's pretty easy to find a game. Even when you don't have the package, you can still 5 or 6 on TV. But college is very, very limited. But Alabama seems to be on TV quite a bit. And Clemson, too. Just the obvious, because Clemson's been such a dominant team as of late. So I do like watching both of those teams. I like when defense. I like defense. I like when defenses just annihilate offenses. Alabama is just a treat a lot of the time. I'm assuming you're a Volunteers fan. You're a Volunteer. That would be my guess, just by the geographics of it. But who knows if you went to college or if you had an alma mater. That's another common thing. 85 is returning. That's got to be Amendola for the Lions. I'm not going to bother looking up. I'm just going to assume.
Guys, we were in our meeting yesterday, production meeting with head coach Freddie Kitchens. I asked him flat out, I said, is there a sense of frustration, the fact that Austin Corbett has not jumped out and taken one of these jobs? He said, a sense of frustration, a little bit of applause.
Yeah, there you go. Good for you. I guess you can't really hate Peyton Manning then, eh? You can't have the same disdain. I don't hate him, but I just didn't like. I like betting against him. Let's put it that way, spread wise. Another sack for the Browns. Is that Deverell Lawrence again? He's making a case to get meaningful snaps here. I mean, and this still is, the preseason, but that's something. Yeah, I mean, I guess you're gonna have to like Peyton Manning. Like it's just a thing. Did you guys do well with him though? I don't think you did. I can't recall. And like college football history is not in the pantheon of things I know.
Kind of change positions. And I think Freddie Kitchens and John Dorsey are going to be a little bit more patient. I don't know how patient you're going to be. He's got to make.
Oh, he's under pressure again. And that ball was awful. All right, this is getting hard to watch here. Oh, you were a Titan and a Colts fan? Combo? How? That's so difficult. You have 2 games where you're conflicted.
When you look at this Browns draft class from last year, Mayfield, home run, Ward, Pro Bowler, Corbett, talked about his struggles, Chubb, Pro Bowler, Chad Thomas, the jury's still out on him, looked better this year and has kind of got it mentally, Coach Kitchens told us yesterday, and on and on and on. It was just a great draft for that Browns 2018 class, but right now Corbett's the big question mark.
Peyton's ability to read defenses, though, is incredible. Because realistically, he's maybe the worst athlete, I'm going to say, ever in the NFL. Worst one I can remember. However, though, he's of the most successful, so that you get... I'd like to know how much homework that guy's done in his life on this game. It's unreal. Oh, nice return by Sheehy. I really hope he gets on somewhere. Even a practice squad would be good. And this guy looks like he wants it. Special teams coordinator looks jazzed. Really unflattering t-shirt tucked in with the belt combo for him.
Yards on the return, so when you can force the other team into a 33-yard net, you're doing something right. David Blau now, the rookie out of Purdue, in at quarterback for the Browns. Drew Stanton's night done.
New rookie at quarterback for the Browns. Starts with a completion. To Braxton Miller, right on. Quarterback to quarterback. So who is this guy?
He's an athlete, Tim, and he's an asset.
Yes, he is. He's a playmaker. They want to get him involved, and I think Freddie Kitchens and his staff are very excited about Braxton Miller being here. And also it's interesting to see that Blau comes in before Garrett Gilbert.
David Blau out of Purdue. He's a Boilermaker. Okay. Braxton Miller at number 12. Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah, passing records, that makes sense. They won 9, 10, 11 games. That's pretty good. The thing is, I don't remember, like, we don't get, like the understanding of, like, winning 9 games isn't as, like, transcending as, like, a bowl game, right, or a BCS championship, right? But how, like, the deck's stacked against you. Like, to win a championship game is ridiculous. Especially back then. I never understood. They just rate teams. Who's the best college team? Oh, we like this team the best. That doesn't... I never got that. You know what I mean? It never doesn't make sense. I mean, there's what other way can you do it? But I'm going to guess Clemson is the number 1 rated team. I got to take a look. See, yeah, Clemson, Alabama, Oklahoma. Are you guys in here in the top 25?
I always go back to the play he made at Ohio State against Virginia Tech. The all-world spin move.
I remember the Vols as of late.
That play, I think, really sort of surmises what he can
58. Okay.
when the football is in his hands.
I think you're exactly right.
Hope you get a bowl game out of it then. You know, if you exceed expectations.
When he gets the football in his hands, it's about teaching him the finer points.
Georgia, I'm going to say something interesting. Something interesting I found about them, for me at least, is they won, or they had on the same roster, it was Sony Michel, Nick Chubb, and Todd Gurley on the same team. How does that happen? That would be the number 1 running back crew in the NFL, let alone college. Yeah, Tennessee rebuilding. So tough. The other thing too is you get players for such a short window, and if they're really good, they leave right away. Like, how are you supposed to? Oh, just so I can't. And the other thing too, as a coach, you have to manage the team. You have to do recruiting. I would imagine the coach does a lot of recruiting. I know Nick Saban said that he only recruits personally for the D-line, but he has to know what pieces he wants. I can't imagine what that job is. And it sounds so silly, especially if you're a European and someone said, oh yeah, he's a college football coach. I feel like that's a more demanding job than I can imagine, in sports at least. Nice blitz pickup by Ernest Johnson. That was rad. To me, that's what's going to pick up. That's what's going to make the team easy.
Well, I'll tell you, that's how you do it, but watch the block. We've talked about the pass protection by number 30, Ernest Johnson. Watch him step up and pick up this blitz.
Yeah, they're pointing it out now.
He took a shot, but what did he do? He stuck the linebacker right at the line of scrimmage, didn't allow him to get any penetration from the point of attack whatsoever, and allowed Blau to get outside and keep this drive alive.
Doesn't show up on the stat sheet, but that's the play that made the play. Browns in the red zone, brought to you by Serpentini Chevrolet, home of the 20-year, 200,000-mile.
First and 10 at the 14, 15-yard line.
For David Blau. This time he gives it to Ernest Johnson.
I can't believe Ernest Johnson got a positive yardage on that play.
Scrambles forward, maybe for a yard.
They're going to get a holding call on the Browns here, though.
Illegal hands. Hands to the face. Defense number 57. 5-yard penalty from the end of the run. Automatic. First down.
Dustin Burney, I'd love to hear you guys talk a little bit about Braxton Miller. Take it away.
I just wonder, is a week and change enough time for Braxton to make the team? Because we know we need a return guy, a return specialist, but to come in, Bernie, and you can speak to this because you know how difficult it is to learn an offense in about a week to play wide receiver. Is it enough time?
It's enough. It's not enough time to have the complete knowledge of it. But being, again, an ex-quarterback, having a more global understanding of offenses.
Talking about whether Braxton Miller will make the team. I think he should. I mean, why go out and get him? I mean, but then he's playing in the fourth quarter of a preseason game. I mean, it's not a good sign, but maybe it's a good time to get acclimated with the playbook.
8:26 to go from Raymond James.
I've looked over and I haven't seen Patricia yet by the water cooler, but this is bad news for TJ Yeldon, a player I like. That's a player that if he gets released, him or McCoy, I don't think Singletary's on a rookie deal and just got drafted. Frank Gore is on a cheap deal. I think you can't keep McCoy and Yeldon. McCoy's getting $8 million. Yeldon, I can't recall. It doesn't matter. It's a low, just under $2 million or just over $3 million, somewhere in there. You got to let one of those guys go. You really do. It's too much. Wow, number 11 for the Bills just made an awesome catch. That looks like Zay Jones, a guy we did a video on. He went a little bit crazy though, and he was naked in a hallway in some building. I don't know the whole story. TMZ picked it up, so it was salacious, let's say. 11 is Zay Jones, yeah. He didn't do what we thought he would in fantasy. We had him highly ranked one year, and it didn't go well, let's say. Yeah, okay, I just saw Matt Patricia, as you pointed out, Jake, that he... Why? Oh, his leg. You see his leg? His leg is... He's in a walking boot. Why couldn't he, like, sit in it? Like, I don't get it. Why can't he stand with one of those, you know, those, like, knee pad thing, like the knee pad push scooter things that they have now? Why couldn't he be on that in the sideline? Or stand with a cane. That's at least a cooler look. And if you're worried about being cool, maybe it's a cane where you pull it out and there's a sword in there, like one of those secondhand ones. But why? I want to know what his injury is. All right, first one comes up as injury. Let's take a look here. Oh, he had Achilles surgery. Oh, that's why he has that stupid ATV driving around. Nice touchdown here to Dorian Baker. The Browns taking the lead. I don't know if this is going to stand, though. We're going to have to see.
And that's going to be the question. Looking at it on the Jumbotron here, it looked like his right toe was down, but I don't know that the left foot was down with the ball in his
No, that's no good.
He only got one down that time. What it looked like from the first look, but great throw that time by David Blau. Put that football on the back shoulder.
That was a beautiful throw. This David Blau has played pretty good so far. Number 9.
by Blau looking off the safety.
Yeah, that left
Yeah.
foot never even got down on the ground.
Yeah, that's going to be overturned.
See possession here. Right foot down, left foot. I don't think
That's
got down.
It's a rookie receiver type thing. That's not that hard to get both those feet down.
Touchdown of the night.
It's the body control needed to play in the National Football League.
You had noticed when Blau used the timeout because the play clock was ticking down, you had noticed that Braxton Miller was...
Mustaches are so back in. My favorite's Vrabel's. I just saw Mayfield, just why I brought it up. It wasn't a complete non sequitur. Although, clearly listening to me for this amount of time, you know, like this guy jumps around way too much to things that don't make any sense or aren't relevant, but that's part of it. Leopard Chant can't change its spots. Are they calling offensive pass interference? What's the deal over here in the game?
In Arizona. We'll wait for the ruling. I don't think this is going to take long to...
This got to be Yeldon carrying the ball here.
Yesterday we had Jalen Strong in the production meetings.
29.
You know, we wanted to get a quick scouting report from
Yeah, it's Yeldon.
receiver on all 4 quarterbacks. Baker's got the quick release. Drew's the smart guy.
Determined that the receiver only got 1 foot in bounds. Therefore, it is an incomplete pass.
So there's 37 reviews for pass interference and 5 overturns. Yeah, so if you touch a guy, it's pass interference. Just assume that. I guess for an offense, you can challenge that any day of the week. Yeldon with a nice catch. He should have extended to make that, though. It looks like he's short. I think I gave him a generous spot, though.
He's a magician. So at the rookie show the other night, David Blau stole the show. One of his tricks, he took 4 $20 bills from Bruce Stanton and turned them into $100 bills. That's the kind of magic I can get my hands around.
That's the kind of magic I want my financial advisor to be able to do right there. That's some impressive stuff.
Isn't that what you do?
I'm not that good, though. Not that good, though.
Oh, insane pressure from the Bucks on David Blau, and he had to throw it away, which is the right play. Throwing away, it's not negative. Okay. Yeldon just got smoked in the backfield by Lowen. I don't know Lowen. I had Buffalo highlighted. Yes, I do. I'll just add Detroit as well. 70 for Mitchell Lowen, edge rusher, 3rd year UDFA. The Lions at Arkansas. Here we go. David Blow sacked. I feel like they rushed 6 again. 7. Darian Stewart. Why is Darian Stewart playing in the 4th quarter of a preseason game? Have more respect than that. Darian Stewart was a boss player. Super Bowl champion, I think, with the Denver Broncos. Always liked him. I get that he's fallen off of it, but you don't need to be whatever. No, I'm not running the team. Another field goal attempt by Austin Siebert. All but assuring that Greg Joseph won't be on the team unless he's been. I haven't seen a notice that he's been released, but I just assume that he will be or has been. Oh my! Did you just see that Detroit touchdown? Matt Barkley made the weirdest throw I've maybe ever seen. It was a full, back here rainbow toss to 82. Just made a crazy catch. Duke Williams. Wow. The Bills had some exciting plays. Duke Williams is a wide receiver UDFA at Auburn. This guy's meaty. It says he's 225 and 6'3". Yep. Nice play. That's how UDFAs make the team, is doing stuff like that. They're running through NFC North questions. This is hack broadcasting, CBS. TJ Hawkinson looks like he's 15. I don't think he can grow facial hair, that would be my guess. I don't mind Stafford, who he's standing next to.
Browns fans, if you don't know about the Browns YouTube channel, you have to check this out. It's your best single source of Browns team news. They have Building the Browns. Also, this fall, we're debuting a show, Club 46. Tim, I get to sit down with former Browns greats. Phil Dawson there. We saw Paul Warfield. I'm thrilled to, this week, sit down with Tim Couch, and these will air throughout the regular season. It's the Cleveland Browns YouTube channel. Subscribe, go to youtube.com/Browns. I was talking to Sarah Kornikovich.
Browns up 12-10 over the Bucks. Not covering, I believe. Yeah. They're 2.5 and 3-point favorites. That was open. I don't know what they closed at, though. I saw them favored as 1 as a closing on my phone, but I don't know how accurate that is.
Tim, another short scoring drive, 31 yards. The Browns have 129 yards of total offense, and they lead.
Yeah, that's crazy. It's really
Now this one says 0. DraftKings are 1.5-point favorites, so they are covering on that. Oh, Mac Wilson almost had a hand on the ball. Possible pick. High formation for the Lions. Like a mini play action. Just throw it away, man. Almost throws the interception. Number 8 for the Lions at quarterback, David Fales. Out of San Jose State, I'm guessing it. No, it might be a 6th-round pick. 6 or 7. That's what I'm going with. 6th-round pick by the Bears. Oh! Oh! Number 10 extending for it. Scott Miller for the Bucks. So I got 2 games going on, clearly. And then almost had his 10 taken off by number 40. Tigi Sanko, safety out of Greenwich. First-year UDFA. He could have killed him. Instead, he went for a pick. You know how Bush League this Browns one broadcast is? Is all of the Browns broadcasts for preseason, they've been advertising a pizzeria. Like, you can't get a big corporation, you get a pizzeria to do it. Nothing on it. I bet Antonio's is great in the Ohio area. But I don't know. How many locations does Antonio's Pizzeria have? Oh, of course. Right when I type in Antonio's, it goes Antonio's Pizza. Oh, there's a lot of them. Okay, so maybe it is a big corporation. Huh. Maybe there's a lot of them. You just don't think Pizzeria is a sponsor. Holding on the Bucks on the offense. Wow. Bruce Arians looks like he's weathered a little bit. Aged considerably in his time off coaching.
Trying to fight off and make that tackle, and just reaches out and grabs him.
Order now at AntoniosPizza.net. .net. They don't have the .com. They have the .net.
To a couple of scoring drives. One a field goal, one a touchdown. Griffin, the quick toss.
First and 20. Quick toss to Miller. Number 10 for the Bucks. 6th-round pick from this year out of Bowling Green.
So we talked about the kickers. Freddie yesterday telling us that he likely would just give this third game to the rookies and see how they can do. And Tim, I think Jamie Gillen and Austin Seibert have more than stepped up.
Well, I think so. I think they both felt really comfortable in this role, knowing they were going to play the entire game. And Seibert has looked more confident to me than he has all training camp and all throughout the preseason. And Gillen is just doing what he's been doing every time he gets a chance to get out there. Just booming punts and also made a tackle on special teams. So very
Dare with a catch on like kind of a wheel route for the Browns. I'm just gonna keep saying Dare. I can't say his last name. It's just not gonna happen.
With the shove out of bounds, Ray Armstrong missed the tackle there.
Missed tackle of Ray Armstrong, longtime veteran. 7 years, yeah. I used to play UDFA. Started with the Rams, St. Louis Rams.
Third down 4. Browns bring 4. Pass is complete, and that's going to be enough for a first down. Again, it's Justin Watson.
Justin Watson with a catch from Ryan Griffin. He's under reasonable amount of pressure. Justin Watson was a rookie last year. 17, 5th-round pick, yeah, rookie last year.
So another set of downs for Tampa Bay as they move it into the Browns' territory now.
Tampa Bay is over the 50 mark in Browns territory. Nice pass to 85. Bobo Wilson. These names are just getting better and better.
Making the throws, making the reads, doing everything you want a quarterback to do.
Yeah, that time he gets outside the
Oh,
just gives himself an out.
Jesus Wilson is called Bobo Wilson.
Very much for the quarterback, and it's just
Okay.
out that time by Bobo Wilson, and that's a hard route to cover. It takes a long time for that thing to develop and for those secondary defenders to cover that thing for
It's a big upgrade from Jesus to Bobo.
Ogunbowale, the lone back in the box.
Dare in the back. And single back formation, 2 wide receivers, 2 tight ends.
Brought down after a couple. So we saw the Browns get some big turnovers in that first game against the Redskins. They had the 2 picks from Mack Wilson. Grady Wilson had an interception. They've been quiet on
Well, this is another excellent, nice little fudge mess up by the Cleveland announcer calling Greedy Williams Greedy Wilson. Kind of need to know your own team here. But everyone gets tongue-tied. It's not like I'm impervious to it. Nice handoff to Ellington, who slips. He could have got a first down, but he only got 6. Needed 8 for the first down. 3rd and short.
And you start looking at the clock and where they are on the
99 for the Browns is sweating. I think that's Devereaux Lawrence.
now you start working
Yeah.
into your timeouts, and that of course puts your offense at a disadvantage because likely they will get the ball back, but they may do it without any timeouts.
Yeah, it makes it tough on the offense to have to drive in a 2-minute situation with no timeouts. The quarterback has to be very efficient of where he throws the football and has to be very aware of the clock and what's going on in the game.
Andre Ellington, the lone
Wow, single back, loaded up front. Obvious that they were going to run it, and they got it.
forward past that Browns defensive front, and first down pickup for the Bucs because now the Browns are going to have to.
Ooh, and I want to see was Ellington or Dare. That was Ellington. I wouldn't be running Ellington on a 3rd and short. It's way lighter. How heavy is Dare? I would have done that.
Play before the 2-minute warning, so the Browns will get a stoppage there. They have all 3. Very important here that they don't give up another first down. Dare Ogunbowale, the lone back for the Bucs. Griffin trips and has to
Ooh, tripped. Try and get Griffin tripped.
He almost tried to hand that football off. The Browns almost got fortunate that he fumbled that one.
That would have been a break. Doesn't happen.
Dare's 205. What do they say Ellington is? It's gotta be lighter. 200. I feel like Ellington's way lighter than that. Nice false start over here in the Detroit Lions game. We're 72, the false start in Lions game. Commercial break for the first time in some time. The Browns game, so switch over to Detroit. Jaron Jones, 3rd-year UDFA out of Notre Dame, 6'6", 320 pounds. Big boy, Jay Jones. Okay, was there an interception? Oh, sorry. I looked down on my phone because I got a little alert, and there's a really strange play in the Bills Lions game. Okay, 14 from the Bills bobbled it. Then a secondary player for the Lions took it out of his hands, and then he had it taken back out of his hands by number 14 for a reception. I was really confused. Oh, it's Tommy Lee Lewis. I think he's the guy who got hit in the Super Bowl by Nickel Roby Coleman. Or the starting of the Super Bowl in the NFC Championship game. Bobo Wilson back in it.
With that hair flying around, and Gillen, he lifts a lot of weights, man. He's not scared to go out there and make some tackles.
He's jacked for a punter.
He is.
Personal foul. Blower in the head to initiate contact. Defense, number 52.
I just heard an awesome trash talk from someone on Cleveland. I don't know who, but it was funny. He said it's going to be third and 3 for the rest of your life. I don't even know what that means necessarily, but it was rad. Ray Armstrong just tried to take the head off of Jesus Bobo Wilson. Bucks are driving. They look like they could cover if they score any points on this drive. They should be trying to test out their field goal kicker because they have not been strong in that area for some time. Dare looks like the best running back on Tampa Bay. Someone's injured for the Browns here. This is bad.
Sheldrick Redwine.
Sheldrick Redwine. Was it from the U? Is he 32, 33?
On that when Redwine came up and made that tackle. Actually, you see he was pointing to his shoulder, and it was a big pop out there.
33, the U, yeah.
Had a nice camp.
4th round rookie for the Browns.
Upside. Here's another look at it.
There's Redwine coming in. You see that left shoulder right on the ball carrier. It was a big hit. I heard it all the way from up here, and it's one of those things where you just hope.
This guy's a big hitter, Sheldrick Redwine. I like that. I think he might have hurt his shoulder. So he took a helmet to the shoulder.
Looks an awful lot like Ogunbowale does the same thing on that play.
It's 2 guys running into each other.
Left shoulder. So not a good scene.
He's 6 feet at 196, it says in the broadcast. I feel like 205 is kind of like, it'd be nicer to have a little more weight.
2019 draft class for the Cleveland Browns. Greedy Williams, of course, from LSU. Taki has really shined at times for the Browns defensively. And then there's Redwine, Wilson, Seibert. Forbes has come on. He's had a nice last couple of weeks. And then Lewis in there at cornerback. Redwine leading the team in tackles tonight at 5. Let's see if we can get an update on him before we leave the air. Ogunbowale still the lone back for the Bucks. He takes the ball. Jukes past the
Wow, Dare took 2 big hits and didn't go down.
That's going to be dangerously close.
This guy is reasonable for the Bucks. Maybe I said he was the best in the depth chart, but Peyton Barber's going to be better than him. But I think he's better than Ronald Jones, is what I'm saying.
So, barring a nice step-up play by the defense, this one has the awful feeling of a 13-12 finish. You don't focus too much on the results in the preseason. You'd love to win. It's always nice. But there are a lot of things that the Browns can clean.
Where was he the other 2 years, Dare?
And that, I'm sure, will be where
A little confusing there.
spend their time focusing this week. Ogunbowale is hit and stopped short of the first down.
Oh, here we go. The Bucks have a.
Clock down to about 35 seconds.
Bucks are gonna get the
Inside of 20
probably get a win here, assuming they make this really short field goal. That's easier than a pat, but we've seen crazier things. This is a Cleveland Browns game. If it was Cleveland, I don't think they'd make this kick. To be honest, it wouldn't make sense. Be too perfect.
And who knows? The Browns special teams, they've been the story of the night. Maybe they get a block here.
Maybe they do. Yeah, we'll see what happens.
Certainly going to go after it.
So right at the last second, the Bucks take a timeout. 18 seconds left. They're down 12-10 with a chip shot of a field goal that I would imagine they're going to get. But knowing the incompetent history of these two teams, this feels like something bad's going to happen. This will be Matt Gay, fifth round rookie for the Bucks, taking the kick. Oh, it almost got blocked, but it did go in. Now the Browns have 15 seconds to try and get a field goal off. And no timeouts. Damon Sheehy Giuseppe, we're going to need a big return here.
It's all about the return. You get something here on the return, and you just need a field goal out of this thing. So you just try to hopefully get a big return, get a big completion, hopefully out of bounds, and try to get your field goal unit out there and see if you can win this thing.
So, when the Buccaneers most need it, they go 15 plays, 72 yards, and most importantly, Tim, they chew up 7 minutes and 14 seconds.
That was a 7-minute drive. That's rad. To win the game, that's really important. I talk about this till I'm blue in the face. The best defense is the worst defense when they're tired. When you're exhausted, you're just not going to be good. So the teams that generally hold the ball longer, they keep their defense fresh and better, and they wear the other defense down. So I'm a fan of holding onto the ball. It's not returnable. Kicks it through the end zone. The Browns are going to have to get creative from the 25. I don't know how. I don't even know if this is possible. They're going to have to bomb it and get out of bounds. They should put Beckham and Landry on for one play.
Finishes it up. How would you grade Blau's performance tonight?
I think he's played well. You know, I think he missed one blitz here coming off the edge where he had to take a sack, but I think he's really thrown the football well. He's looked just like he has throughout training camp and throughout the preseason whenever he's got his opportunities.
Well, his back's against it here. They'll start on the 25-yard line. They'll have 15 seconds, maybe a gadget play.
Yeah, this could be one of those where they try to complete something across the middle and start just lateraling the football and see if they can come out and make a big play out of it.
Blau to throw. Finds his man over the middle. That's not a smart play because without timeouts, that's going to end it.
Yeah, this is going to end it.
You get this spike maybe with about 1 second left on the clock, maybe.
No.
They didn't whistle the play dead, but it doesn't matter.
13, 12 bucks. All right, give me a second here. I'm going to switch over to the last 10 minutes of the Lions and the Bills. Like I almost forgot. Here we go. Started with a little drop, but had to switch over. There's some technicals to it, let's put it that way. All right, here we go. They're speaking with Josh Allen, quarterback of the Buffalo Bills. Sorry, I'm doing this. I can't do two things at once. It's hilarious. You would think. All right, I got it together now. Also, rookie defensive end for the Jaguars. Oh, nice hit. 31 on the Bills. Ooh, Dean Marlowe. Detective Marlowe. There you go. For those of you audiophiles out there. Who's this? Josh Johnson? Number 4 quarterback for the... Yeah, Josh Johnson. Oh, yeah. He's a little better than that. 5th round pick by Tampa Bay. 12 years a pro. Matt Patricia recently having Achilles surgery, so he's propped up by 2 water coolers. As the sword of Diocles is ready for him when he loses 3 or 4 games in a row this season. Buffalo 24, Detroit 13, 9:29 left in the game, which obviously you can see at the bottom. Jump offside by number 96 on Buffalo. Oh, 37. Now they got it mixed up on the broadcast. 37 is Denzel Rice. I don't know him. He's a 5th-year UDFA out of Coastal Carolina. That might be why. Zach Zenner, Derry Sanders with a 9-yard draw up the gut, or maybe inside zone, maybe. My play recognition isn't that good.
Josh Johnson's had an interesting story, interesting career, the number of teams he's been on, the different leagues.
Zenner looks explosive for a guy who's been hurt that many times. Another 5-yard run. I don't know how many teams Josh Johnson's played for, but they're highlighting that. Oh, what a pass. By 89, rookie tight end out of Georgia, they say. Georgia. Isaac Nata. I was hoping it was Ngata. Related to Haloti, but no, he's a 7th round pick rookie for the Detroit Lions. Thompson, the rusher for the Lions, number 48. I must be mistaken on the last name. 49, Mark Thompson. UDFA out of Florida. First round. He's 235 pounds, 6'1". That's beefy. There's a line on this game. I'm going to take a look after this play. Oh, nice pass deflection by 41 on the Bills. This is Maurice Alexander. He's in the league for some time. 6-year pro from the Rams. 4th round draft pick. Nice play. What's the line on this game? Lions minus 2.5. That's not going to happen. They're down 11. They're challenging the pass interference that one can only assume. This will be the 38th challenge during the preseason, with only 5 being overturned. We're going to see how this lines up. Like I said, there's only been 5 overturned between challenge and booth review for pass interference. This was some pass deflection. I don't think that was pass interference, but what do I know? No one knows the rules. Nobody.
By listening to your customers. We've been listening and learning for over 35 years. We've learned you can never have enough storage, that getting there can be half the fun. Seating should be generous and endlessly flexible, and that a minivan can take you farther than you ever thought. Listening and learning. That's how you become a minivan expert. Get up to $12,750 in total discounts on Canada's most affordable lineup of minivans.
Taco Bell's Quesarito is back, now with double the beef. A delicious beefy burrito wrapped inside a cheesy quesadilla with an extra layer of seasoned beef.
How many things can Taco Bell come out with, honestly? A double quesarito? They have like 7 things and they just mix them all together at some point. Gerard Butler's in another action movie. Sorry, knuckle cracking is annoying, but I feel like I need to do it after years of abuse, I guess, with just reefing on my fingers.
If you want a once-in-a-lifetime experience, it's gonna be hard to top this one.
Plan your perfect trip with an Aventura travel assistant. Aventura, the traveler's travel card. Live out loud with Virgin Radio.
His commercials are totally just draining me.
Available on iHeartRadio.
So nothing changed. It remains an incomplete pass.
Yeah, they didn't overturn it. That's 5 for 38 now. That is stand. The call has stood. So at least I agree with that one. Mark Thompson with a nice rush with good ball security for the Lions up the gut.
Well, Matt Patricia thinks he's just got a better view from up the top that perch.
Well, he has someone in the booth as well. So there's multiple people that they're looking at it and talking about the reviews. And as he told us,
And Mark Thompson very beefy at 235. First and goal at the 1. Just rush it with Thompson. He's huge. And yeah, Thompson got hit on the way in, but it did nothing. This was from a DB. Excuse me. I just saw one of the best last names I've seen in some time. Leo Koloa Matangi out of Hawaii, of course. Second year UDFA. It's a right guard, 305 pounds, 6'5". That's a big boy. 11 plays, 95 yards, 5 minutes and 1 second drive. That would be good. It's good to score a touchdown anytime. They're gonna run it. This is so Detroit. They have a delay of game on the point after try. What? Like, how do you do that? Maybe when your coach is coaching from the water coolers, it might have something to do like that.
it is, yeah, it's part of it. When they instituted the fact that you can celebrate touchdowns, and as soon as that touchdown happens, that clock runs. So it's
Yeah, they did mention that as soon as you score a touchdown, the clock runs. I would lose my mind as a coach, honestly, because I'd be like, why even celebrate? Just if it's gonna cost us, just run on the sideline and celebrate, or do like a quick helmet tap with everyone and get it over with. Bo Jackson used to hand the ball off to the referee. I like that. Guess I'm a square. I don't know what song they're playing on the sideline, but it's brutal. Why can't he be on the sideline with his little scooter thing? Because he's sitting by the water cooler. It doesn't make any sense. He did a brutal job in his first year. I think he's a great D coordinator. Or a good one. He's a good Bill Belichick staff member. The only thing he did well was beat the Patriots, and I hope so. Honestly, I hope so. You have so much intimate knowledge, you should be able to beat them. Yeah, I know it's the Patriots, but still. He said he mouthed the F word. Marcus Murphy, formerly of the Saints, in the backfield. Passes batted by number 24. Nearly picked off by the Teron Johnson. That's right, Andrew Adams. Safety, fourth year UDFA out of Connecticut. That was a nice play on 84 of the Bills. Lee Smith. Lee Smith. Fifth round pick by New England, 9 years out of Tennessee Marshall. One of the better tight ends on the Raiders, at least. Blocking tight end, that's for sure. Does make sense he's playing in the fourth quarter here. Nice tackle in the backfield. They blitzed a DB at number 36 for the Detroit Lions. Andre Shashir. I had to wait for the announcer because I wasn't going to gamble on it. Oh, San Jose State. Nice. First year UDFA. Sheer. It's just Sheer. C-A-C-H-A-C-H-E-R-E. And it's just Sheer. All right. 43. Keith Tobridge with the interception. Or sorry, the reception. Louisville second year UDFA tight end. 262.65. And he's tackled by Mike Ford, I think. Now I just lost. Oh, it's Jamal Agnew, I'm pretty sure. There you go. Fifth round pick 3 years ago, Detroit. Out of San Diego. Tom Kennedy is returning kicks. UDFA. I think he's 84. Nope. 85. Tom Kennedy right in front of me. UDFA out of Bryant. I don't even know what university that is. I mean, not that often you see a white returner that's tall. Well, tallish. 5'11". Okay, it's short, I guess. Got me. Josh Johnson and Zach Zenner, Derry White, and the first overall pick by the San Diego Fleet of the Arena Football League are out there to see if they can get the Lions. Wow, I said they're not going to cover, but they did score a touchdown. Another one would put them at covering range. Well, would make them cover rather. Slant to number 13. Oh, Jordan Lasley. He was recently signed. We don't have him in the database yet. Nice pass by Johnson on the money to number 1. Jonathan Duart out of Old Dominion. 6'3", 210. Probably a larger receiver. First year UDFA. Detroit got a penalty for too many men. First, you get a delay of game penalty on a point after try, and now you have too many men in the huddle. Figure it out. Like, this kind of stuff, that's the whole reason that you have preseason. And it shouldn't matter whether it's the 1s, 2s, 3s, or 4s. You're going to need to figure it out. I don't think Detroit's a well-coached team. I really don't. This is a bomb by Josh Johnson that was on the money to 16 despite being coverage draped all over him. Deontez Alexander, UDFA out of Franklin, first year. Second and 15 and a jump pass by Josh Johnson, which as usual doesn't work. Gonna do a little buckmang, that's what I heard. I think it's a Korean term for eating and broadcasting. I'm sure it's attractive women usually doing this, not a fat guy in Canada. Johnson showing some athleticism, rifling through the pocket and evading capture and getting what looks to be a 9 to 11 yard gain. I don't know whether they're going to spot it. It's 4th down. They should go for it here. 4th and 4. Detroit did a hurry up and to go for it on 4th and 4. Buffalo the timeout. Johnson completes a 4th and 4 to number 16, Deontez Alexander. He was going to drop it. And then the cornerback knocked the ball back into his body. Now they're in the red zone. That's a pass to 84, who just got it ripped out of his hands for a fumble, recovered by Buffalo. Brutal play by 84. Brutal. Travis Fulham out of Old Dominion. 6th round pick. Can't tell who that is. Looks like number 40, 46, and 37. 46 for the Bills. Great play. Jaquan Johnson, 6th round pick out of Miami, Florida. For Buffalo, he's a rookie. Lions were in the red zone until that happened.
It's a 4-minute offense. When you're the offensive team with the
Marcus Murphy. With the carry for the Bills. Timeout by the Lions. Talking about a relationship between two undrafted and an undrafted 6th-round rookie. They went to the same college. I mean, yeah, that's nice and stuff, but it just shows a lack of like content, stories that they can garner. Murphy with another carry. Third and 3. Would expect another run by the Bills.
Division games there early on. Jets, New England, and Miami. Three of those 6 games for the Lions. They'll start on the road out west at Arizona. Host the Chargers here. Travel to Philly. They'll host Kansas City. Green Bay and Minnesota. So those are the games for them right there. Weeks 5 and 6. Third and 3.
Should be a run here by the Bills. It is. It's a read option. I think he's going to get it here. Good job. And that first down to end the game. Good job. Marcus Murphy locks up a win for the Bills. A nice run. Nice 3 runs in a row. That's going to do it for Fat Guy Eating Rice Out of a Bucket Hour. I'll be back Sunday, I believe. So we'll look to see me then. Big Rye will be not here during that stream. Goodbye.